as you make yourself comfortable and begin to relax, perhaps there's a certain familiarity in the way your body feels against the chair or bed beneath you, the quiet hum of your surroundings. And it's interesting to notice how in almost any environment there's a corner or space that seems to invite a pause, a gentle alcove of calm. And as you settle and relax deeply, you might begin to let yourself just drift a little deeper inside, simply appreciating how your senses can find ease even while the world around you continues doing what it does. And in this quiet alcove, maybe it's a bit like standing at the edge of a tranquil lake just before sunrise. The air cool and still, reflections barely rippling across the surface, and you don't need to do anything. Just allow your awareness to settle on these shifting patterns of light and water. Each breath, a ripple expanding and dissolving. And as you linger longer, it may feel as if the surface draws your attention inwards beneath those gentle waves. And with every easy breath, you can feel more at home in this reflective space, noticing how easily the lake too contains movement and stillness all at once. And some people discover that when they look at the lake, they notice how certain stones are tossed in from time to time. Some stones splash loudly, sending wild rings through the quiet. And it can happen after all that someone arrives at your lake and seems to want all the attention. The stone that insists to be noticed above all else. And what's interesting is that the lake doesn't have to grip onto those waves. It can stay just as it is, containing the ripples until before long the surface settles once again. And you might recall times when it seemed that others, perhaps a certain person, was fascinated by their own reflection, tossed disturbances into your day. Certain words or actions meant to demand, distract, or redirect the current to suit themselves. And it can be tempting to react, or even lose sight of your own shoreline for a moment. And yet, as you watch the lake, perhaps some deeper part of you can recognize that you're not the stone nor the splash, but the water itself, capable of absorbing, moving, adapting, and always returning to peace. And you might say that's just how they are. Why should I have to adjust? And that's an interesting thought. But does the lake change itself for the stone? Or does it simply remember its depth and let the surface reclaim its calm when the moment passes? And sometimes, When a person is caught in their own self-admiration, as narcissists so often are, it can seem their reflection is all that matters. And as you notice your own reflection appearing alongside theirs, you may wonder whose gaze is more valuable right now. And in moments when their waves feel overwhelming, you don't have to fight the current, nor do you have to mirror their demands. You can step back and observe, setting gentle boundaries, like reeds growing naturally at the lake's edge, defining your space without needing to shout. And over time, many people discover that responding from this place of inner steadiness allows them to choose what they carry and what they let pass through. And as you imagine yourself standing quietly on that morning shore, noticing how the warmth of the sunlight begins to touch your shoulders, softening tension, you can also find that accepting the inevitability of some stones allows you to conserve your strength, letting go of what isn't yours to hold. The lake's surface is not its substance, and peace isn't always the absence of ripples, but knowing that you can return to calm again and again, no matter how many stones come and go. And in the days ahead, if you sense the presence of a demanding person, you might remember your shoreline, the reeds, the sunlight, and your reflection. Their need to be seen can exist, but you're not made of their need. You can choose your own experience, learning that being around the stone doesn't mean you must become it. And sometimes as the water finds its level, some people may even notice that their own boundaries soften too. Not because they forced them, but because they held on to their own center. And as you gently become aware again of the feeling of your body, the room around you, noticing the comfortable surface supporting you and the ease of your own breathing, a sense of calm steadiness can come with you. Perhaps you can sense the energy returning to your hands and your feet and your face. And if you'd like, you can open your eyes, bringing with you a fresh clarity, grounded in the here and now, bringing forward a quiet confidence that you can meet the day with the same calm as that still, deep lake. And soon you'll find yourself responding with more ease when difficult personalities appear, just like noticing the sunlight on the water as you choose your boundaries naturally. New options for handling these moments will feel just a little more comfortable, flowing like the calm water on the pond, finding its own level, returning to stillness. Thank you for taking this time with me today. You've built new ways of relating to challenging people today. And if you found this session helpful, you're welcome to return at any time. And until next time, goodbye and good mental health.